Now, I think I'm beginning to see that, I think one of the unique things about the way I share this is that I've got a fairly decent understanding of traditional teachings. And the traditional teachings, which have evolved over centuries and millennia, give us a whole toolbox, a whole collection and assortment of tools by which we can remove ignorance, remove this wrong way of seeing things, remove this sense of limitation. And they also warn us about false paths, false teachers, and incomplete paths, which might be genuine teachers, genuine teachings, but they just don't take it the whole way. So I have a fairly decent understanding of that. And I'm not dogmatic when it comes to these traditions. You don't necessarily need them. Now, what's interesting to me, one thing I've noticed in various forums and on Facebook, I'm not too involved in that stuff, but the stuff I've seen, what I found quite interesting is a lot of the, in quotes, leaders, sort of spiritual leaders or teachers, seem to be quite dogmatic in many ways. Or they're not very well versed in traditional teachings. So they often say that their method is superior if they're a traditional teacher, or they won't be very overly familiar with the technical aspects of some of these teachings. But what gives me a lot of encouragement is that the people actually, most of the people discussing things within the forums, most of them actually don't have that kind of view. There is this openness amongst most people I come into contact with that there can be benefit from traditions, and there can be, and also this can occur outside of traditions. It's not one or the other. And I think most people realize that. But it's often the people who shout the loudest who say otherwise, and their voice seems to represent a larger majority than it actually does. The other thing I've noticed is that the way the teachings seem to work with me is they seem to work best through direct interaction. So it's not just book knowledge, it's a direct interaction. This is some kind of transmission. And sometimes as a seeker, you can make lots of effort and expend lots of energy doing spiritual exploration and practices. And then suddenly there's an opening that occurs. And it's non-linear, it's non-rational, it's not really totally related to the efforts you made and to the practices you did, always. Sometimes it is, but not always. So something in a direct interaction with somebody who's living this themselves, let's say, that can be of great benefit, or so it seems. So there are a few of my thoughts for today, and a little bit of an introduction. You're already whole and complete. Another way of saying that is there's no you. There's just wholeness. There's just completeness. There's no actual entity, separate entity you. There's just fullness. This fullness is empty of a you. herself. So any help that I give you, any assistance I give you, is what we call apparent assistance or apparent help, because you don't need any help because you're whole. And the help I give is just to remove the notions and beliefs that you need help. So it can be very helpful. To be told and shown that you don't need help. If you see what I mean. Okay. If anyone wants to speak, ask a question, talk, feedback, comments, please unmute yourself. I've muted you. Some of you weren't on mute, so I've muted the ones that I couldn't mute. And then please ask away or speak.
Hi, Tom.
Hello there, Lindy.
Hi there. Hi. Yeah, I'm very interested in this. I'm interested in the whole transmission thing. It's just so mysterious. I mean, it's incredible, really. I know last time when I joined you, I was really tired and I sort of dozed all the way through. I heard it all, but I just didn't feel like getting involved. And the energy the next day was just astonishing. And I've noticed that before.